Hello, welcome. This is Blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pinke, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that this government shutdown problem is now solved. If you watched yesterday's video, this was a bearish scenario if this is happening on the 1st of October, but now they solved it. And actually, now it looks slightly more bullish compared to yesterday because Jeremy Powell, Steven Mnuchin, Donald Trump, they all pushing the stimulus checks that they should actually come out with that. So all these things, I'm going to tell you what are the news, but right now it's a slightly more bullish rather than bearish it was yesterday. Yesterday was a gloomy day. And the second news will be about that we having a currency cold war. And we will discuss that what could happen around 2030, what kind of 4 scenarios we could have. I found a very great article on CoinDesk, and we're going to discuss that. And the third news will be about NFTs. And if you don't know what are the NFTs, then I'm going to show you and tell you, because this is a kind of not totally new hype, because it's around since the CryptoKitties, really. But now it's again growing. Basically, they are the non-fungible tokens. But what are these and why people like it, I'm going to tell you in today's video. So all this in today's video. And if you want to stay up to date in blockchain and cryptocurrency, the only thing what you have to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchainbloom, because I'm putting videos on YouTube every weekday. So from Monday to Friday, every day, you're getting the freshest news in blockchain and cryptocurrency. And with us, you can stay really up to date. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Plus, I would like to give you a totally free course, which is all about how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. All the necessary steps, what you have to do before you invest, so your cryptocurrency stays safe, and prepare yourself for the bull market, which is coming sooner or later. Don't hurry in the last minute. Now you have time, and now you should actually educate yourself. The link under this video, and you can download it totally for free. Okay. And now check out how the market looks like. Okay, so haven't moved really since yesterday a lot. Bitcoin $10,430, which is a 0.28% decrease. Ethereum staying right now $335. This is a minus 2% increase. When we're looking at the top gainers, we can see Ultra 24%, OMG Network 10%, Hyperion 10%, looking a bit better than yesterday. If you remember, yesterday we had like almost just losers. But of course, we still have losers in this period, this 24-hour period. Avalanche minus 61%, Orchid minus 16%, Reserve Right minus 11%. And yeah, we can see more. But yesterday, the numbers were much higher when we looked at the losers. And now it's time to move on to the first news. So first of all, if you remember yesterday, I've talked about that there is a possibility that there could be a government shutdown on the 1st of October if they do not agree until that. But this problem is luckily solved, and this would be actually a very bearish scenario. But now it looks like that this is now okay. They voted, and everything is now looking fine. So this is now out of the league. Therefore, today it looks more bullish than it looked yesterday, because yesterday we were even worried about that. Then when we look further, we have this kind of stimulus bill issue, which actually right now Donald Trump is pushing it. He wants that it's going to happen. We have, Jeremy Powell from Fed. Also, it's for it. Steven Mnuchin, it's for it. So actually, there is a chance that these stimulus checks are coming. And in this article, which I found, it's you can see here the possible timelines for when the stimulus bill could pass. So actually, come out and pass before the U.S. election in November. So if, for instance, the Senate votes on the 30th September, so in 7 days, then the House votes on the 1st of October, and then the president can sign it on the 2nd of October. And all these you can see. So even if the Senate votes on the 23rd of October and the House votes on the 26th, the president still could sign it on the 27th, and it can go live. So if we look at all these dates, these are all the possibilities when we have still chance the stimulus come out. And if the stimulus checks come out, then it will definitely push a market upward. So definitely the stock will go. And we do know that right now, crypto is correlated to the stock market. It wasn't always like this, but right now it's correlated. So if this goes up, then definitely Bitcoin and the others are going to follow. And then we can see another increase. And how long it will go, we don't know. And how high it will go, we don't know. But definitely to change the direction what we have now and being more bullish than rather bearish, this would be actually crucial. And now you can see here that Jerome Powell tells the Congress it's up to them to provide aid to some troubled companies. And he's saying that the Fed can only make loans, which isn't much of a life preserve for some companies. For some it is, yes, but not for a lot of them. For some companies, a loan that could be difficult to repay might not be the answer. In this case, direct fiscal support may need it, said Powell. So now they're pushing this really forward, that how important the stimulus checks would be. And which is another interesting thing, and this was somewhere in the other article, yes, that the president could take executive action. And it already has happened, after talks originally collapsed on the 7th of August, Trump took an unilateral action by signing one executive order and 3 memoranda on the 8th of August. And it's possible more executive actions are coming. So here, during the new conference on September of the 4th, Trump said that administration might consider another executive action to release $300 billion unused stimulus aid for Americans. So just imagine you are Trump, and then you have this power in your hands to release $300 billion unused stimulus aid for Americans. Would you do it? Would you go for it? Would you push it? Of course you would, because you want to be reelected. And then you can say that, okay, it was me, it was who did it, and you guys are now safe for a while. It cannot go forever, we all know it. But right now, at the present, this is why these guys are pushing. And if all these things are happening and going in this direction, then it will be a bullish scenario. And then in the short term, definitely crypto and the stock market can go up. What will happen after the election, we don't know. When we looked at the past, the history of the election days, we do see that always October and November was bullish after the election. However, even the last one, when people voted for Trump, there was no pandemic around. There wasn't the situation what it's like now. So it's a different case. But if we're thinking about all this and until the election, I see a chance to the trend change now, and from bearish it can turn to bullish. But of course we will see. I just wanted to tell you the news, the freshest one, which I have seen so far, and what I also think it can make it bullish. So this was the first news. And the second news, that according to this CoinDesk article, the currency Cold War and the 4 scenarios. So in this article, they're talking about that, for example, you want to buy a pair of sunglasses in the year 2030, and what kind of options you would have. And then they're talking about, okay, you might use maybe US dollar, you can use maybe Bitcoin, you can use sunglass coin, and so on and so forth. And basically, here are the four scenarios they're talking about. The number one scenario is the rainbow scenario. When the US dollar so actually decrease a little bit, so it won't be that popular, but no one dominant currency emerges in its place. So there will be others, but none of them will be that dominant. That would be the rainbow scenario. And in that case, we have different kind of currencies for all kind of transactions, and the US dollar is still staying around. We have the red scenario, when maybe Chinese digital currency gains dominance. We do know that China is pushing the digital currency. We do see the dollar losing power with all this money printing, and which can lead to inflation and actually could lead theoretically to hyperinflation as well if it goes on too long. So this was the red scenario. And we have the third one, which is the green scenario, they call it, when US retains dominance with the digital dollar. So not the Chinese come out with the digital yuan, the US comes out with the digital dollar, and it will be still dollar power in a digital way. And then we have the fourth scenario, a non-governmental backed cryptocurrency. And this could be, for example, Bitcoin. It gains dominance, and this would be the blue scenario, they call it. And in this blue scenario, if you could do business with anyone in the world, hopefully new products and services would spring up to facilitate the trade and the interaction. So this is the thing when Bitcoin is around and other cryptocurrencies around, it's the dominant currencies are not controlled by several governments, and then everybody has the possibility to trade with each other. For example, people living in Venezuela, they have the option, they don't have to use the local currency, which is right now garbage, and in some other countries. So it will be more equal opportunities to everybody to trade, all around the world. And maybe therefore there will be better opportunities and better ideas will come up. More companies can grow. More ideas can come on the surface because they would have the possibility. So it's an interesting article, I think, playing around with this. These were the four scenarios they came up with, and they were predicting what's going to happen 10 years later, kind of in 2030. So it would be great then to look back. Of course, we will see what's happening 10 years later. Sometimes it's interesting when people thinking about short term, they always overestimate things, how big things will happen. But when they think about long term, then they always underestimate things, and then we see, wow, what happened then? So I think it's fun to play with it. But yes, now we have with the powers and with this digital world, it can actually shift now the power to one place to another. Before it, with the gold and all these things, it was more difficult. But with the digital world, you don't know really what's going to happen. Who will lead? We have this Cold War in currencies. Okay, I thought this was interesting. And the third news, it's going to be about this kind of new hype in a way that it came out earlier, of course, the non-fungible tokens. And basically, here is this guide on Cointelegraph. And I thought it's quite good because it describes it very well. So basically, the non-fungible tokens, here, hang on, where it is. Yeah, so we can see our existing use cases for non-fungible tokens are cropping up all the time. So yeah, they're just coming up. They are even being touted as the future of the gaming industry, the art industry, and even some cases the real estate business. So this could be big in gaming. I'm going to continue, and here you will see other things as well. So the reason, why these could be great because they unique, you know. So for example, deep inside the non-fungible token, metadata describes what makes this asset different from all the rest. So this is just one kind of this one. It's kind of rare. You know, the scarcity is an important ingredient in the recipe to make non-fungible tokens so attractive. So they want people wanna have it as indivisible, which is also important because you cannot have just a part of it. You have to own the whole. You know, with other tokens, you can have just like the shares, but with non-fungibles, you really cannot. And what they can represent, basically can represent crypto collectibles, digital artwork, a ticket to an event, an in-game item. So, for example, if you're playing a video game and then you have something is very special, a sword, or so this is kind of digital asset, and this is just one from that sword. The item in a virtual universe, for example, is the same. A real world asset, like even it's like a real estate, kind of. And so all above these here, all these can be represented by non-fungible tokens. And it's very important that you are the owner of these. And if now you want to compare it to what's happening now in the world, imagine that people, of course, saying that, okay, what, you're kidding me? You're paying for a digital asset a lot of money, and why would you own it? If we reach the point where this really represents something that you can show the world that I'm own this and how important it is, because it's on the blockchain, and therefore it's what is in the blockchain stays on the blockchain. You cannot really change that, but you can transfer it. So you can see it's transferable. It's very important. And it's authentic. So there are so many fraud cases, with art and everything. But with this, because it's on the blockchain, you cannot really fake it. And now, for example, think about people buying very expensive cars. And sometimes the car costs much more, that car, than a cheaper car. At the end of the day, the car takes you from A to B, and you use it for your everyday, it's an everyday use. However, one car costs 10 times more than the other car. And probably to make that car, it doesn't cost 10 times more. So it's the prestige which you get with it. Or when you look in the fashion clothes, you have a very nice, Louis Vuitton bag. But we do know that to make that, it's just a fraction of it. And if you go to another shop, you can buy a nice bag from the fraction of that amount, what the very expensive one cost, and you're still having a bag. You can put your items in it and wear it, and it looks great and all this. But now, today's world, it represents something. It gives a prestige. It's a plus. And as soon as these kind of crypto things, these tokens reach that level that it represents something, people willing to pay for it. But right now, for many people, it's craziness. Think about CryptoKitties, they which came out in 2017, 2018. Look, here, back in 2018, here is this dragon, and it broke the record. It was sold for 600 Ethereum, ETH. And at that time, it was $170,000. Just think about it. You can buy actually a house for that. And someone bought a crypto kitty just to have this one. And it's amazing that when you look at the 2,833 times more than the average of this cost that much. The average back then was about $60. Still $60 for something which is just kind of in digital version. For many people, it's crazy. But this one was sold that times more. And, and then we have all these kind of different non-fungible tokens nowadays. We have art. You have it in a digital version. Collectibles, gaming, virtual asset, real world asset, identity. So the list is very long. And now there's a new hype around it. It died a little bit after the crypto kitties, and now it's really coming back. Maybe, this was the yield farming going on. This whole fruit things, came out, and then it really died. And in the crypto world, people always looking for something new, and this could be something maybe. So it's interesting, and I do think that, yeah, it has good possibility because we living in a digital world. People want to own digital products, digital items, things which are unique and shows the world that I'm the only one who can have this. And blockchain, it secures it because it's on the blockchain, so it makes it possible. So I just thought it's very interesting to discuss this. And those of you who haven't heard about the non-fungible tokens, now you know what kind of craziness this could be. But some people believe in it. Of course, some people laughing about it. But it's always like this. Okay, guys, if you like this kind of content, then smash the like button. I highly appreciate it. And if you want to stay up to date in blockchain and the cryptocurrency world, the only thing what you have to do really, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, BlockchainBloom. Hit the notification bell so you get the videos as soon as they're out, because I put these videos on YouTube every single weekday. So from Monday to Friday, every day, you're getting the freshest, the crispiest blockchain and cryptocurrency news. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you should definitely download the totally free course. The link is down here. How to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. A lot of valuable information. Make your crypto safe. Don't leave out these steps. It's for your own safety. Prepare yourself for the bull market. And of course, tomorrow I'm coming back with another video. I wish you a great day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.